Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basically Sisters podcast. My name's Natalia.
I'm Ashley.
Happy Monday.
Ooh, I'm liking this in person, consistent. Happy Mondays
Yeah.
nowadays. What y'all feeling the setup? Y'all like it,
Yeah,
right?
I do like the setup. Week two.
Week
We got a
two.
little addition. We got mic stands now.
Ooh, and watch the next one. Y'all gonna be like, oh, I could tell the difference.
Yeah, I think the audio does change when we're not holding the mic physically,
Yeah.
but and this is way more comfortable too. So
I agree.
Yeah, we hope.
I hope y'all know that like we're being like dead ass about this like podcast this year. Like we really invested. We put our money where our mouth is
Exactly.
this year for real.
Yeah.
So we invested in mic stands now. So like we a lot of other podcasters they ain't getting mic stands. You know what I'm saying? They just holding it, which we can't say nothing. We were holding it too.
Yeah. I think we definitely went through that phase, but we said this year we're gonna try to really elevate,
Step it up.
and this is honestly also it's inspiring us to produce more content.
I agree.
So we're really on a grind right now, as you could tell. Second episode again. It's 2 weeks since the last one. We hope you guys liked our Valentine's Day. That was a fun episode.
That was a fun episode.
I love doing those, like Reddit ones, but. Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed your Valentine's Day. I see you're wearing pink in this episode.
I know.
Oh, wait, we never addressed in the last episode how we were matching. We just casually, we're just matching. What we did it for because we took new cover art photos right before.
Exactly.
And then recorded, and we're like, why the heck not? Just wear that.
Yeah.
But,
hindsight, obviously, we probably should have. It probably would have looked okay, more normal if it was this episode. And then Valentine's Day, I would wear my pink.
yeah, I was thinking that. But it's fine, honestly.
I mean, we basically sisters. I think it kind of
it went with it. Yeah, that's why I wanted to match. So
we matched.
And we hope you guys like the cover art. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out on Instagram and
Spotify.
Check out our last episode if you haven't. There's been 2 episodes that we've already released in 2024. So if you haven't checked those out, definitely go check them out. Okay, wait, pause. This is like. This keeps going like this.
No, really.
I don't know why. Right, let me just
maybe can you tighten this ring part?
I don't think so. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, just gonna hold it there. But yeah, so we're back with our second episode. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good. Just chugging along.
Yeah.
It's starting to get busy again.
Right.
At least with the candle stuff. I mean, this also we're picking it back up. So, yeah, I'm chugging along though. Had a great Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Great Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Me
amazing.
too. Me too. Wait, so talk about your Valentine's Day collection.
Yeah.
That's out.
So that's
by the way, we'll light our sponsored by Perfectly Poured. This is Adulting is Hard. We don't have the Valentine's Day collection for this
here.
one because that's precious. But
exactly, that's a hot commodity.
We might have
baby.
it in our next episode.
Yeah.
You never know. But this is. You want to talk about this scent?
Yeah. So Adulting is Hard. I'd say that's like my favorite candle. I know. I always tell people like all the candles that I make are my kids, and it's hard for me to choose one that I love. But Adulting is Hard is like the perfect candle because it smells like Fruit Loops. So I've never had anyone say that they don't like this candle.
Yeah, this is my mom loves this candle. I didn't mean to throw the lighter like that. I was trying to get out of it.
But a lot of people are like, oh, well, my husband doesn't really like candles or so-and-so doesn't like certain scents. And I'm like, I've never had anyone complain about this scent.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that are really sensitive to scents.
Yeah.
I feel like this one, everyone likes it. I've never had anyone complain about that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a Fruit Loop smell. So yeah, who doesn't like the smell of Fruit Loops?
I love Adulting is Hard. One, I love the name. I love the title. This is like my favorite. My boyfriend loves this one. I love this one. My mom loves this one.
Yeah, that one's my favorite.
This is a very if you don't know what scent to go with, I'm Perfectly Bored. Adulting is Hard for sure is a great one.
It's just a great. You could burn it anywhere. Like I burn it in the kitchen, my bedroom, the living room, the bathroom, literally anywhere. It's not a harsh scent, but it gives the room a nice aroma. So
yeah,
I agree. Product placement.
Yeah.
Perfectly
So you
poured.
can see we have it lit here.
You might get a
Set the
discount
vibes.
code if you click the link. You know.
Yeah, maybe we'll put out. Well,
Maybe we'll
that's-
have an affiliate link.
Yeah.
For Basically Sisters if you buy it through the Basically Sisters link. You know.
Yeah.
It's called multiple streams.
Um.
But yeah, anyway, so the Valentine's Day collection is going to be on the website. So
Yeah.
it'll be linked in the bio.
Nice.
But yeah, what's new with you?
Yeah, well, by the time this episode drops, my birthday's already passed. But yeah,
Crazy.
turned 26, and yeah, I feel, I don't know, honestly, this past year went by really fast, so
I feel that too.
like just a lot happened. I'm excited for a new year, honestly, of age. Like I'm not really like, oh, I'm getting older. I'm excited for
Yeah.
26 and what 26 will bring. And yeah, I have like a few birthday celebration things I'm doing before and after my birthday. So, yeah, I don't know. That's why I love February, because I feel like it's a short month, but like a lot of it, since I do a lot for my birthday, not do a lot, but
it's like Natalia's month, basically. Like,
yeah, it kind of feels like it's the 1 month of the year. I'm like, okay. And like, I feel like I deserve that month because guess what? My birthday is literally midwinter.
yeah.
So I never can do
in
anything.
upstate.
Yeah.
Well, just on the East Coast.
On the East Coast. Like I haven't ever been in a warm climate for my birthday. That is my goal one year, to do my celebrate my birthday somewhere where it's warm, but it's always literally like 4 degrees outside.
No, literally 4 degrees.
It's so cold. I've never had like a warm birthday. So, yeah. But I'm excited for 26
Yeah.
and to bring in, and also by the time this is posted, happy 2 years with the
Oh
pod.
shit, yeah.
So we'll obviously post something on Instagram, but yeah, we've been recording for 2 years, going into year 3 now.
That's
I can't believe
insane.
that 2 years ago, this idea,
Like what?
I can't believe we've been, I guess time goes by.
Time goes by when you're.
I mean, we
time
took,
goes fast when you're having fun. Is that what they
no,
say?
literally. I mean, I don't want to say we've been like I do want to celebrate this milestone, but we did take a lot of breaks. So like
I think the third birthday we're gonna go.
the third
hard.
birthday, we're going to really celebrate, because hopefully this next year will be consistent with like the goals we
Yeah.
set. We're more realistic, and obviously we invested in like a new setup, and like
Yep.
we have ideas, and we're just
That's
really,
our birthday treat to ourselves
yeah.
for year 2 is to upgrade.
We might blow out a candle or something.
Yeah. Basically.
But yeah, or
Perfectly
maybe we'll buy
poured.
a cupcake. And
Oh yeah, yeah. That's our classic. Maybe we'll get 2 cupcakes this year. Who budget went up, baby?
yeah,
Because we did 1 cupcake last year.
we did 1. We might do 2. We might get 2 balloons. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of my updates. Nothing much else. Yeah.
Just vibing. Cold as hell. I need to go. I need to put my little piggies in some sand for real.
Yeah. I need a trip. I need something.
Not even sand. I'll be
I need
okay
some
with like
warm.
50 degree
I need
weather.
50 degree. Yeah. Honestly, anything but where I don't need to wear my parka.
No facts.
It's been pretty cold.
Whipping out the puffers, like,
It's been
and the snow boots. Yeah. I was gonna get my car washed this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I had that idea in my head from last night, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, I work remote today, so I'm gonna, get my car washed, and then I'm
Mhm.
gonna start work, and I'll just pull in the garage.
Right.
I wake up and my car is covered in snow. I'm like, I would have been hot. Imagine if I actually got it done like last night or something.
Yeah. No.
Which they say you should still do it anyway.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it like.
But I just can't bring myself to do it.
Well, it adds up. But if you have salt on your car, you're supposed to do it like as soon as possible, because the salt.
Well, you'll have salt on your car every day up here. They put
Yeah.
salt down today, yesterday, and all week.
Yeah, winter things, honestly.
Facts. Where y'all from? That's a
Yeah,
poll
let
we
us
should do.
know. Where are y'all from?
Y'all from New
Where the
York
listeners
too?
from? We know we have people like that listen from different countries, which
Yeah,
that's really cool, low key.
I know.
Like, I think when we did our Spotify rap, like I forgot how many countries it was, but like we had listeners from like a bunch of different ones. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's pretty cool.
Hey.
Hey, wherever you are. I eventually want to reach every continent. I think we might.
Antarctica?
Oh, maybe not Antarctica. Hey, you never know, honestly.
Do people live in
There's
Antarctica?
people that live there, like very few. People more like visit.
Oh, so how are we gonna get them?
I don't even know if they really have like
Service
like that. But regardless, let us know where y'all are from. We're from the Northeast, New York particularly, but
upstate.
Upstate. Well, I live in New York City. Ash lives upstate, but New York. We'll just
Yeah,
say New York
exactly.
City. But yeah, anyways, without us rambling, we're gonna jump into the episode. So today I got a little bit of a hot topic. I've been like, I mean, by the time this post is, it's probably been at least a month since like this was kind of going viral on TikTok and like, but it's a common trend that I feel like I want to discuss, and it's the whole stay-at-home girlfriend, stay-at-home wife thing. So it started off first like I think it's pretty common. We've seen like in our generation, like living a soft girl life or like tapping into your divine feminine, you know, seeing all these things like trying, because we're very like, I mean, there's been kind of a shift of women being very hardworking, career driven, doing all these things. People are saying it's like we need to tap out of that masculine mindset, tap into our divine feminine. And a lot of girls like, I want to be a stay-at-home girlfriend, stay-at-home wife. Like, I don't want to like work kind of thing. So there's this idea of like the stay-at-home girlfriend wife. So I want to first hear like when you first heard about it and what your opinions are. Before I kind of jump into like
Yeah,
my take.
I mean, I've always heard of like stay-at-home wife, you know, stay-at-home girlfriend. Like that's nothing new because there used to be a show on like E, and it was called Wags, and it was Wags is like wife and girlfriends. Like,
okay, yeah, Wags. That's the word. Okay,
yeah. So like I knew about Wags for like years now, so this isn't anything new.
Right.
I think just with TikTok, anything could go. You know, trend again.
Right.
And they just put it under a different name.
Right.
So I always knew about it. I mean, shoot, I wouldn't be mad at being one either, but I don't know. I'm just very, I don't know. It depends. It really depends. Because it's all cool. It's all fun and games to say that you would love to have that lifestyle. Right. But what comes with that? And it's different for each person, and it's different for whatever relationship you're in, because the man that you may, or significant other that you may be in a relationship with, and they say, okay, yeah, you could be a stay-at-home girlfriend or a stay-at-home wife or whatever, you know, but you have to do these things. Like, you need to cook, you need to clean, you need to take care of the kids, you need to do like these things. Right. And if you're okay with that, then I guess that'll work for you. But if you know that you don't really want to do that, but you're just, you know, you don't want to work either. It's just, I think it's just, it could be a fine line.
Right.
You know, it could get toxic really fast, especially if the woman, you know, she sees it on social media, or maybe she thinks that she wants it, but really doesn't. You know, then it's like.
Yeah, it's the glorifying of it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I think it's completely specific to each in every individual relationship.
Right.
It's not all going to be the same, because some guys will say, oh yeah, or significant others will say, yeah, you know, do whatever you want. Like, I'll take care of the bills. You don't have to work. I don't expect much from you. Like, you could do takeout. I don't need you to do the stereotypical things that a stay-at-home wife would do or a stay-at-home girlfriend would do.
Right.
But other men may expect that and may want those gender roles implemented in the relationship. So it's really dependent.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but it would have to be under my rules. Like,
yeah, and
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, so how do you feel about it?
So yeah, I want to get your take first about it. For me, I never saw myself as like, I mean, I think we've all joked like, oh, I would love to like not work, whatever. But I never actually saw myself being a stay-at-home wife. And there have been periods of times where I've either been in between jobs, just not working. And for me, I don't think it's for me. Yeah, I never saw myself being like any sort of stay-home, because I feel like I didn't go, one, my parents, and I'm sure yours didn't either, raise you that way to feel like you're just gonna like do all this to basically rely on a man. Like I was always very like, you work for your income, and so you can kind of support yourself, not have necessarily somebody else have to support you. And like, to be fair though, like I'm not sure about your mom, but like my mom was definitely at one point kind of like a stay-at-home wife. Like she was one to like take care of the kids for a period of time, without having to work, and like my dad. But that was kind of that. It's very typical in like Latin culture, and this wasn't because she was working towards her career. She was going to school at the time and like taking care of kids, and um, but she didn't really have like income per se to her name.
Mm-hmm.
But and I mean, I think in those situations it does work because it worked out because she's working towards her career goals and taking care of the kids where my dad was working. And some people have to do that because some careers, you know, like some men are like, I would rather you stay home and at least for this period of time take care of the kids while I work. And as some women don't like that either because you can sacrifice your career while doing that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, for my parents, at least from what I know, is my mom worked nights for like 20 plus years, and my dad worked days. So there was always a parent home.
oh, okay.
So it wasn't necessarily like, oh, you know, don't
Right.
work. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe
Yeah.
like obviously when she had like me and my brother like for a period of time, like she couldn't really work.
Yeah.
But I know like when she got her degree, like she would work nights, my dad would work days, and
Right.
there's always a parent at home.
Okay.
Like there was always a parent in the house
I
at
see.
all times, basically. So
Yeah.
they didn't. I mean, but that's a sacrifice in itself, also.
Right, and I think that's something else I want to talk, which we'll get to that. We'll put a pin in this.
Yeah.
But I do want to get to more of like the stay-at-home girlfriend aspect of it. My thing with this is that like it's the I want like so there was it started off with this creator who like went on TikTok. She is a stay-at-home girlfriend. I think she kind of her platform was more based around like she would show her life as like a stay-at-home girlfriend. I'm not really sure honestly, but she said it in this video. She's like, I know I've like showed my life as a stay-at-home girlfriend. Like I'm doing Target runs middle of the day, living my life. But she's like, if there's anything I've learned, this is not for like everybody. This is not for like I don't recommend this to anybody. Like I like if there's anything I can tell you is it's glorified and this is not what you want because. And then she goes on like to this whole list of reasons. She's like, basically like she was a stay-at-home girlfriend for like 3 years, and now she's realizing like she's like no matter how many trips or how many gifts this person gave me, like no matter how like nothing made me happy. That she felt like at one point she had like no purpose because, like all she was doing was kind of like staying home, like kind of like doing her thing, and like her boyfriend was providing for her. And she said like one person told her this quote that like kind of stuck with her is that like if you rely on a man to feed you, he has the right to kind of like take that plate away from you also.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like saying that you're relying on just like you're putting a lot of faith relying on one income and one person, especially like if you're not even married. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like would you do? I don't know if I personally don't think like no matter who like. It could even be like the love of your life, like there maybe for a period of time, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I could rely on like anybody just to like.
I don't know where that might come from my own personal, independent.
Right.
I think I'm like fiercely independent, which I don't really lean into my femininity much, but. Maybe that's where that comes from, where I don't know if I could solely rely on a man to take care of me, just because I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, if things don't go the right way, like, what am I going to do? Like, what do I have to my name? Because it's all sweet and dandy, like, oh, yeah, he has money and da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, what are you going to have if things go awry?
Right.
And it's not always, I know people are like, oh, it's not about the money, like, I love him, da-da-da.
Yeah.
But, like, in reality, like, we have to be for real. Like, if this goes the wrong way, do you have a plan, at least? Do you have money? Like, if he does give you money, like, you put something that to the side, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, people always talk about how, like, their boyfriend gives them, if they're stay at home or whatever, like their boyfriend gives them allowance. And if I were to do that, the only way that I would be able to do that is if...
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was just like they kind of just have like a joint account. And it's like
joint account. There's ones that do like
a
allowance, like you could spend this much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I would have to be able to have to use that some of that money and put it to the side for
Yeah.
me, just in case. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Yeah.
only way that I could probably commit to doing that.
Right.
Other than that, I mean, baby, I didn't get this degree for nothing. We
Well,
gonna
that's
work.
my thing. Yeah. And
You know what I think? Sorry, I don't want to cut you off,
no, you're gonna.
but I think people idolize this idea of being a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home girlfriend. It's really because people don't want to. I don't want to be this person.
Oh, are you pulling a kid? Are you?
People just don't want to work these days. But it's
People ju-
I'm not even trying to be
I
like
mean-
annoying like Kim and like people don't want to work, because people are working, but I think people are not working jobs that they're really passionate about. Because imagine if you're in your dream role. You know what I'm saying?
Dream
position.
role is also.
Dream role, whatever you want to do.
But imagine you're in a position that like it's not like okay, no one likes the idea of working 9 to 5 or working in like.
Well, what if what if you had whatever
your business or something, or like something you're really passionate.
Well, I don't count that because business you work more than a 9 to 5.
But I'm saying like a job in general. It's a job that you really care about. Like,
exactly.
If we were doing this podcast full time or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like and you're able to support yourself and have additional income and things like that. Would you feel comfortable letting all that go just so you could be a stay-at-home
No.
person?
No.
Like, you know what I'm
What's
saying?
what I'm saying?
But
yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like, people like the idea of not being, like, not having to work. Which
yeah.
I get that
I
idea
get
too.
it sometimes too, because it's some of those days you wake up, you're like,
baby.
I don't
Especially
know.
if you, like, I'm not, like, madly in love with my job. But I don't mind my job.
But
like,
if
I don't hate
it fills you to an extent,
Yeah, to
like,
an extent.
it gives you you're doing something.
I'm content. I've had jobs where I've hated what I was doing, and I understand that feeling. And when you go on TikTok and you see someone, and it's their boyfriend taking care of them, meanwhile you're looking at your life and you're like, I hate my job,
Yeah.
but I need to work this job because I need the money. Of course you're gonna be like, oh, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But like, there's so much that comes with that. Just like the girl said in the video, like, there's a lot of things you relinquish.
Yeah.
When you sign up to do that,
You're giving a lot of trust in one person, which, it's not even necessarily the trust part. Like, if you're with the right person, like, they're not, I don't feel like in this situation, like, they would make you feel bad, or like, because there are some situations where it's like, they are very strict about how the other person spends their money. And that's my thing too, is like, I feel like if it wasn't my money, I wouldn't feel as comfortable spending it. And that might
100%.
just be because I've always been like, I like to spend the money I have, not necessarily like, I always feel bad spending somebody else's money.
I
kind
agree.
of thing.
I really
And
agree.
like, I don't think I would be able to like buy myself the things I want or do the things I want unless like maybe they buy it for me. Kind of, it just wouldn't feel like
Yeah,
as
I think
I
it
don't
wouldn't
know.
feel even as fulfilling
right. It wouldn't.
because baby, I work hard.
Yeah.
And best believe I'm gonna treat myself. And when I treat myself, I'm like, you know what? I deserve this.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not saying that, you have to work hard to deserve something. That's not what I'm
Mhm.
saying. But if you're just using someone else's money, even though it is your significant other,
Right.
to buy yourself like bags and things, it's
Mhm.
like, I would rather them buy it for me
Yeah.
versus me using their card and buy it. I don't know. Maybe that's just like
Yeah.
my own, because like you said, I don't think I would feel as comfortable even if it's my significant other.
Yeah.
But like, here's a card, go crazy.
Yeah.
I'd probably go to the mall and get Auntie Anne's.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, I don't
I-
think that I would go crazy. Like, I mean, I know that, but that's just, I don't know. It
Well-
depends on how you're raised, maybe. I don't know,
Yeah.
because there's girls that'll go and do that and
Oh
blow
yeah.
a bag.
They'll use whatever.
They won't even ask.
And I mean, honestly, like, if that's them, that's them. But for
Shit,
me,
I wish
feel
I
like-
could do it.
But I feel like that might have also been like how we were raised, because we both come from two parents who are like hardworking, earn their own income,
Mhm.
they do their own thing, they have their careers. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like, I mean, there's nothing against like, I want to talk about the stay-at-home wife thing after this,
Mhm.
but like, to the girlfriend thing, I just feel like also doing this so early in your career, as like, you could be in like your 20s or maybe even early 30s, like, that's like your time to really like, I feel like it's almost the time to grind in your career. That's in my opinion, because I feel like later on in life, especially if you choose to like have children or be a mother, that's not, obviously not everyone's going to do that, but you don't really have as much time to dedicate to really putting a lot into growing your career and like really figuring out what you want to do with your life. And like, I feel like your job does give you some kind of purpose, and whether it could be your dream job or not, like it does like give you like learning skills and like something to talk about and like figuring out who you are,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder, I don't know, not necessarily like do they have their own goals, but it's like how I don't know how it would, I don't know, maybe because like I'm just a person that like I need to have something to do that like benefits me.
Yeah.
Like me going on Target runs and just laying up cooped up in the house, like, yeah, I mean, I do deserve to be able to do that, but I don't think that's just, I don't find that fulfilling. You know, especially, you know, like you said, in between, I've experienced in between jobs, you know what I'm saying? And that time, it's like, it's great to not be able to have to wake up at a certain time because, you know, you have to go to work and do all these things, you know, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I know personally I got lazy. Yeah, I got very lazy, and I think I low-key got depressed too.
Yeah, because it's the same thing every day.
Yes,
I mean, your job can also be the same thing, but in a different way.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I don't know. I think it's easier to disassociate an actual job versus you being a stay-at-home girlfriend, because when you have a job and you hate it, you know what I'm saying, it's mundane and you do the same thing all over and over, you kind of could separate, like, you know what, I don't love this, but I have to do this for money because that's unfortunately what makes the world go around. And I need a place to live and I need food. And so it's easier to separate that and be like, okay, I have to do this. I don't want to, but I'm just going to do it. And then you could do something afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, where do you find that line for like this stay-at-home girlfriend bit? Like,
exactly. Like, what does your day kind of look like? And I mean, in some cases, there might be some that have like their own passions or like their own hobbies, or like maybe they're starting something, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking of like somebody that maybe is like a stay-at-home girlfriend or stay-at-home wife, and they're just kind of just like doing whatever kind of they want.
Yeah.
Not necessarily having any sort of like goal. I'm not saying that's the case for everybody. Like, there's definitely a lot of different cases, but I'm just kind of thinking of like, you don't really have any, like, you're kind of just vibing.
Yeah. I mean, and again, like I said, like,
if that's your life,
this is different for every relationship. I'm just curious to know, like, how does one, like, go about that? You know what I'm saying? And, like, agree to it.
Yeah.
Like, what comes with you being a stay-at-home girlfriend? Like, why are you a stay-at-home girl? Like, why? Like, what are you?
Right.
What is there in return for that?
Well, that is the thing, is like like, I feel like a lot of men like to be able to provide for their girlfriend or wife, which I understand that to an extent. And like, I feel like we both kind of like that, like having somebody kind of provide for you in a way, but it doesn't necessarily always need to be like income wise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And, but some of them are like, no, I want to provide for you. Like, some men are like, I want to take care of you. Like, I don't want you to work. But that's the other thing. Some people are like, I don't want my woman to work or whatever. Like, I want her to just stay home, like, do the home things. And, like, and that goes back into, like, another whole thing of, like, the typical roles of,
like gender
which
roles
I'm like,
and stuff.
Yeah, no. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what starts as some girls are like, oh, yeah, I guess I would do that. I don't want to work. But
yeah, as a girlfriend, like, I don't know, like, I get the wife bit. I get the wife. That to me,
that's what I'm saying,
is more understandable. The girlfriend part, I'm confused, because even on the show Wags, like, there were girls on there that still had their own career too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
I mean, some of these definitely could, but I feel like if you're getting an income and not having to work, it can become very easy to kind of just fall into the habit of not doing anything. And like, the biggest thing that's like very hard is like getting back into the workforce. Like, if you have to, like, it's not easy. You know, I mean, especially in this economy, like,
baby.
But I'm just saying, like, if you are not working for like years on end, one, it could be hard to kind of like get the motivation to go back, getting your resume up to date, getting interviews, and there's gonna have to be that period of time where you're gonna have to explain what you were doing.
Yeah.
And you know, it's already hard enough for a woman to have to explain that they took in this society in corporate America. Like, it's already hard for women to explain that they stayed home because they had a baby. Imagine you just said like you have nothing really to say why you stayed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It is kind of hard to jump back. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it's definitely harder than somebody who's like already been working, you know?
Yeah. I agree. I don't know. I just think for me, the wife bit, I understand. The girlfriend part, I don't. That's a lot to relinquish, no matter the age. You know what I'm saying? Either.
Right.
Like, it could be early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, early 40s even. Like,
Right.
that's just a lot to kind of give up. At least for me. I'm looking at this from my perspective.
Me too,
You know, I have my job. We have the pod. Like, I have my business. Like, and I'm sure there's going to be multiple other things that I want to do that earns me income. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You know what it is? That's what I want to know. Is it that they don't want their girlfriend to work a job that they hate, or just they don't want the woman bringing any income in, or what? Like, what is it to make a man say, yeah, I don't want my girlfriend to work. Like, I want her to be a stay-at-home girlfriend.
I don't know, honestly, like what initiates that conversation. Like,
Because at least for me, like, okay, say my boyfriend said, hey, I want you to be a stay-at-home girlfriend. And we were like, why? Like, what made you think that I want to be that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there could also be the case of like somebody, like if you were dating someone, they could be like, you know, honestly, like, I really want you to focus on your job, on your business, and you don't need to worry about your 9 to 5. That's different, I feel. Because that's them supporting your passions and your career in a different way.
I agree.
And I feel like there are cases like that where, like, one partner, the other one has to support the other when they're going to school. Like, that was the case
I was
kind
just
of.
about to say with your parents.
Yeah, with my parents. Like, my dad worked so my mom could go to school.
See, but that's understandable. Because
Yeah.
it's not necessarily, oh, they're stay-at-home and they're not doing anything. They're working on things that'll eventually better the whole conglomerate of both of you and your future family and such. So if a man was like, oh yeah, Ashley, you know, just quit your 9 to 5 and focus on your business, would I say yes? Probably not still, because again, I'm fiercely independent and I don't like to rely on anyone for anything. So me personally, no, but I feel like there's certain instances where that would make sense for women, and that I could understand.
Yeah,
that I understand, because honestly, it is hard balancing a job and school or something, or you know, balancing your career and trying to start something new like the pod or like a business. It's hard. So in that instance, if he sees how much it's affecting you, and he's like, you know what, just take one thing away from your plate. I really want you to focus on this. This is something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
That's more respectable. If you already kind of have your career set and, you know, you have little hobbies here and there, nothing like you're trying to monetize like that. And he's like, I want you to be a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well, because then I would be more like, I just feel like, I mean, this isn't the case with every situation.
Yeah.
But there is a very big trend with the whole manipulation that comes down with this. And like, because you become very reliant on this person, a lot of women let a lot of things slide.
Yep.
Like, what happens like down the line if you find, like, especially with the stay-at-home wife thing is very common with, like, they're stay-at-home, they're taking care of the kids, whatever, and they rely on their husband, and then their husband cheats.
Yep.
And like, they have to say, because it's like, what can I do, honestly? Like, literally, it's a very common case.
And the thing is, like, that's a perfect example, because even in a regular marriage where both both partners are working, and one cheats, and if they have kids or something, it's hard for them to leave already, and they already have their own career.
Yep.
Let alone you're a stay-at-home mom and your husband cheats and you haven't been in the work field since like 2010, baby.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah.
Oh no.
And like, that's my thing though, because I want to get back to the stay-at-home wife thing, because that is a big sacrifice.
That's a huge sacrifice.
And this is what I'm saying is like, it is like, I don't want to speak and downgrade that role, because being a stay-at-home mother is like, it's honestly, I feel like it's harder than working 9 to 5. If I'm being honest,
100%.
If you're dedicating yourself to your children, like, you're taking them to all their activities.
There's no break.
There's no breaks. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're making sure all things are like, it's not, there's nothing can slide really, because you're doing that role.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think it's harder.
100%.
And I think a lot of women sacrifice that. Like, they sacrifice their careers, they sacrifice their hobbies and things they want to do to be a stay-at-home mother, and sometimes like it doesn't work out in their favor, and that's sad to me. And like, some people still use the whole like, oh, like they're only given like an allowance, or they can't use like like there are cases like that where they can't use the money the way they want to, which is sad, because it's like, just because they're not working, they're still doing a whole job. Like, they're saving you money on so many other things. And
that's the thing. I think people, not necessarily just men, can't understand, but I think it is kind of men majority of the time.
And I have a case I want to explain after this.
It's like they don't necessarily consider it a job because you get to stay home. Just like where like some parents think like, oh, you get to work from home, like so you could do these errands, right? No, like I'm still working. Just because I'm here doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. Especially like with kids, that if she wasn't a stay-at-home mom, at least she'd be able to go to work and get a little break. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
exactly.
Because one, being a parent, I mean, that just changes your mindset completely, because now everything revolves around your kids.
Right.
Or they should.
And you're on call 24/7.
Exactly. Let alone now, it's really your responsibility. You don't get a real break from them. You got to take care of them, do all these things around the house, do things for your husband as well.
And I feel like the common thing, too, is, like, if you slip up one day, like, oh, like, maybe you didn't cook dinner one day. The common thing could be, like, oh, but, like, what other responsibilities do you have? You don't work.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That would, oh,
you know what I do? Pop them in the head. That's what I do.
Like, but then,
I'm serious.
But, like, I just, there is a,
yeah, that's little sly remarks.
That is the common thing, is, like, and especially if, like, okay, so this is the scenario I do want to explain. Is it's on this Netflix show. I started watching it like randomly. I didn't watch the full episode, but it's like How to Become Rich, or like how to with the guy who gives like
I don't know his name.
He gives like advice.
He has his own book, and everyone says it's a great book.
Yeah,
we'll tag him.
We'll tag him. And I do want to watch the show. Maybe we'll watch it. Maybe do an episode on it. Or something.
I started watching it.
Did you watch the first episode?
I think I did.
With the one with the stay-home dad.
It was a while ago though. I can't remember.
I hope we're thinking the same.
Yeah, no, we're thinking of the same one, because he goes through their finances and everything. Yeah. I only watched the part with the lady that drives the Ferrari, but she's like really close to being broke.
Oh, I don't think I watched that one.
Maybe
I watched the first.
Maybe that's a different episode.
I watched like half of the one episode, and it was like a stay-at-home dad. So he has his career. He was like an engineer or something, and then the wife was like software sales, I think, and she's like makes six figures. Yeah. She makes six figures, and he sacrifices his career to stay home with the children and take them be a stay-home dad. And their biggest issue was that she didn't trust him with her money, I guess, or their money. Like, they had separate accounts, and like she doesn't trust him with the way he spends, even though like, because she kind of thinks it's like her money in a sense, even though it's like, and like he felt like he doesn't feel appreciated because he's a stay-at-home dad. And he said his job is harder as a stay-at-home dad than it was when he worked, because he's doing all these things that like she doesn't realize. And her thing was like, well, women do it all the time. Why can't men do it? Which I get, like, men can be.
But the thing, she's an idiot, because no one's saying why can't men do it. Why can't the position of a stay-at-home parent be appreciated and respected, and not necessarily compensated, but damn, I mean, y'all can't have a joint account?
But it was something
like one, y'all could have a separate account, yes. And then one joint, like,
that's what I'm saying.
So what does she do? Deposit money into?
I didn't watch the full episode, so I do want to watch it. But like,
oh my god,
it was just an example that came. So it was like him saying, like, he's like, I can't spend things on money things I want. Like, I just feel like, and and he said, I'm making a big sacrifice, which it is true. You are like being any stay-at-home parent is a sacrifice, you know?
100%.
And like, I think it is a whole thing that should be appreciated. So for me, I feel like stay-at-home parent or wife, dad, whatever, like, is different from stay-at-home girlfriend. Unless, I mean, there are cases of girlfriend where you have a child, you know what I mean? But like, I'm
True.
saying for the sense where it's like there's no kids involved, it's just you being stay-at-home. I feel like they're different cases.
I think they're different cases.
I mean, and there
too.
are cases where like people literally can't work, and I respect that too. But I'm just thinking of the situation where like you could work, but you're kind of just like I don't want to work and have them take care of me. But my whole thing is like, what happens when worst case scenario comes, and you want to leave, or they want to break up, or
Yeah, or
what
they
do you
cheat,
do
or something happens.
yeah, what do you do in that scenario? And I just feel like that's where like a lot of people could find themselves stuck, and I feel like it's over glamorized, and like I feel like you said, when you're not working, you could find yourself falling into a depression. Like
Yeah.
I don't think we need to live to work, but I do feel like occupying your day with something, whether it be you're working, you're getting income, you're doing something towards your ambitions, you're working towards creating a business, doing something to like uplift others, like you're dedicating yourself to volunteer something. I feel like it's what really can give us purpose, you know, and like help us get to each day. Because like if you're doing nothing except for just like vibing, going to the store, making yourself food, waking up late, like I could, that life could be pretty boring, and like I could see myself getting into it if that was my life. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely could see myself getting into depression. I mean, I don't know. I think it's the thing with me is, at least this is the part that I don't like when people could try to like use something against me. And you saying like, oh well, you know, you don't work, so you can't spend that. You can get that. I don't like being told what to do also.
And that's definitely not the case. That's definitely not the case with all of them. Like I think some of them is like you can spend money like how you want, like
okay, maybe more of a fear is that it could get to a point.
Or your money, the way your spending habits, they could be clocking your spending habits. Be like, why'd you spend all this?
Yeah. And
I mean, that's a case in a lot of marriages anyways. If you have a joint account.
Yeah.
That could be like,
well, when I get married, we'll have a joint account.
Oh, yeah, I'm all for the joint account.
Separate ones as well.
Well, then, okay, so here's the other thing, too, is people in the comments were like, this is why, like, so then there was that whole debate about having the joint account or not, like, signing the prenup, whatever, like, and people, like, in the comments were like, this is why if you have a joint account, you always have a secret one on the side or something. I was like, oh, my God.
I mean, that's low-key true. I mean, I think...
I don't necessarily think you need to have a secret one.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of times, like, the guy will be like, why do you have this account? Like, our finances are together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's common for a lot of women to have a secret, separate account to where, like, okay, their husband, you know, is making the money and and then they put some of the money into that account just in case shit hits the fan, that they have at least something.
Okay, yeah, I see that scenario. I'm thinking, like,
yeah,
you're both working, you're putting something into...
Yeah, no. If you're both, if it's a normal, like, both people are working, I think
I don't
that
like
you
the
don't
idea
have
of
to
a
have,
secret account.
I don't think it needs to be secret.
You can just say, each person could have their own... There's this whole lady... I mean, I'm not going to talk couple finances because that's not
our forte.
But there's this lady, I see her on TikTok and Instagram all the time. She's like a finance, like, advice person, and she was like saying, she's like, her favorite, like, what's it called, like, budgeting for couples is like joint account. So basically it's like everyone's it's not like the 50-50 thing. You put all your money into one pot, and then you like take out whatever to pay all your expenses, and then you put money aside towards, you say, like, maybe a joint savings. Maybe you can put aside to like joint, like, date nights or whatever, and then at the end there might be like $200-300 left, and then you split that, and then you say, like, okay, you can do whatever you want with that money. She said that's like the best way or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that kind of...
I mean, I think that makes sense.
'Cause
I'm not getting a joint account if it's not my husband, but...
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some people get them before. they get married.
Yeah.
If they like have to split. Oh, okay. Well,
I
I mean,
like
some
to
people.
get it legally
I mean, so
documented.
then, yeah, some people are like,
We're
that's
in
right.
law.
Well, so then, let's talking legal documents. People were
Oh,
like,
the prenup.
prenup, and people were also talking about, oh, like she was saying, like a lot of people think they can just get alimony, whatever. Usually, the alimony isn't even that much to support yourself, and it's like harder to like get sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting huge chunks of change unless you're
live your
married to like a friggin' multi-millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. To like live your life, like
Yeah, no.
it's not something you can really rely. I don't know.
I
There's
think
just
a lot of people hear about alimony, like with celebrities when they get
oh yeah,
divorces and
those
stuff.
are
But that's different because one, a lot of times kids are involved, so that's
And
kind of
they-
included as well. I'm pretty sure, and because that's like, I don't know if that's, I don't know, if they might include that too, because then if they do child support too, then whatever. But they hear about people getting paid alimony. Like, I think Wendy Williams, she had to pay alimony to her husband because she made more than him. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember, so don't clock me on that. I know Mary J. Blige had to pay alimony to her husband because she made more money than him. So honestly, every time I hear about alimony, it's the women having to pay the men.
I that's so funny because I just heard there's like this bachelor couple. I don't know if you know her, Rachel Lindsay. Have you heard of her?
I don't know names
Okay,
like that.
you don't know. But anyways, I guess there's this whole thing. It's like they filed for divorce, came out, and he's asking for spousal support or something. I'm like, and he has like his own. He's like a doctor, but I'm sure she makes probably more because she does like all this.
Yeah, and men like to do it to be spiteful as well.
Yeah, that's
Just to
a
be
whole
funny.
other.
Um,
That
yeah.
I
I mean,
think-
what are your thoughts on prenups? We're getting into the spicy shit.
Oh God. I mean, I don't know anybody that's done one. I just
Yeah.
like I don't, and I don't know. Like, there's always like the thing is like no one's planning
To get a
to
divorce.
get divorced, but they're like it's either you do it now or you have like the government do it or
Yeah.
something. And I'm like,
Depending
I
on
don't
your
even-
state too.
I personally, I think it's kind of weird if I'm gonna. I understand the reason, but it is a little bit weird to be like, this is mine. This is what I like that early on. And are you doing one?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I
where
don't
I'm
really.
at.
I don't really want.
I don't think. I mean, well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I were
Everyone.
to get,
It's becoming normalized now.
if I
Everyone
were to
does
get
it.
married in a year, I might sign a prenup to protect myself. Not even like sign a prenup. Because then the thing is with prenups also, it's like, it's an agreement, yes, but you can also put whatever you want in there, essentially. Not whatever you want, but, you know, like, oh, if the husband cheats. Like, I think that's like a common thing. Like, if the husband is the reason why, you know, we're getting
what
a
do you
divorce,
get?
like, if they cheat, like, I mean, it depends. Some men are like, yeah, you could take 70%. You know, I mean, most men won't
Oh
say
God,
that.
I don't know.
Or
if
like
I like
she'll
this
get
idea.
a certain amount if it's him, you know, if it was him cheating, or if this happens, or if this happens. So
I don't know.
after a certain like amount of years,
I feel
you
like
know,
I have my own career, and that like I don't know. I don't like the idea of that because
yeah,
I just feel like that just gets. I see why people do it. I definitely see. Not like, I don't know. Like they want to put a document to it to make things less messy if something were to happen. I mean, also divorce rates are up like
yeah.
what is
they're
like
ridiculous.
60%.
Yeah,
People are getting divorced. Like,
yeah.
I mean, no one plans on that happening, obviously, but I don't know. Honestly, I think it depends if there's like a lot of like you buy a lot of things together. Like some people like that. There's a house. There's like some people buy their cars together.
I realistically I'd probably get one, just because with my business and everything. I mean, that could get really dicey really quickly because even okay, you know what, this is sad because I've seen way too many like not necessarily real life examples of divorce because that doesn't really that hasn't really happened in my family like that.
Mhm.
Like in movies, like I think it's Why Did I Get Married Too, like Janet Jackson and her husband got divorced, and she was like an author, and she sold all these books and things. And when they were at the table, like going back and forth about the conditions
Mhm.
of the divorce and who gets what, the husband was like, yeah, I want a certain amount of money because I helped you with that book. And she's like, you didn't help write it. Like, you didn't
Oh,
do
jeez.
anything for it.
Okay.
And he's like, well, I was a listening ear. Like, I helped, like, edit the book, basically. Yeah, like things like
So I
that.
think things like that. Okay.
So, like, as a business owner.
As a, I could see why people like that would, but I'm like, if it's just my career.
Yeah, if it was just my career, then
But I
probably
mean, like,
not
that's so sad to think the person you'd be with
would do that at the like if it does come to an end that they would be that spiteful.
I don't even want to think. That's just, I know people are like, you have to think realistically. Like,
I mean, I definitely, I would probably.
it's becoming
get one.
very pop, but yeah.
Just because, I mean, I don't know. I just with my business, because it's easy for someone to say I get married next year and we're together for 10 years and it's great, and then 10 years in, we're like, call it quits. Like, we don't want to be together anymore, whatever. It's just rocky.
Mhm.
And then we go to get the divorce and he's saying, well, I helped you with that business. I've been around longer, like 10 years. You've only had the business for 2 years before I met you. In 10 years, and look how much it's grown. I've helped you. I've been a listening ear. Like, I've been a part of the business. Oh, he could
Isn't
definitely
that
get
sad though that like when people get divorced, they start seeing like other sides of like.
Exactly. So that's why I just think personally I would get one.
I'm not.
But it
I don't
depends
have like
also.
right now. I don't see myself getting one, but I mean,
I probably would. I mean, just
yeah. I mean,
owning a business.
that's true.
That's when it gets a little like, I don't need you to have half ownership of my business. Or the funds that come from it. So I probably would get one, but that's, I don't know, maybe because I've seen so many ways how it could go wrong.
I mean, I see it all the time. People are like, it's easy to be in this like fantasy of like, I don't think this would ever happen, like, but they're like, literally look at the statistics of like how marriages are. It is really sad, obviously, like how there's just such a high rate of divorce nowadays. So they're like, it's either you do it now or you do it down the line.
Well, you either do a prenup or a post-nup. And let me tell you, it's harder to do a post-nup.
Yeah, well, then you have to get like lawyer.
Well, prenups, you have to get lawyers too anyway.
But I think it's on different because, oh, God, I don't even, you know what?
Nah.
Before we go down, there's.
I mean, it's true though.
It's
like
true,
these are things that you have to think about. And even though, I would love to be all in love and beso.
Wait till you. I want to see what your opinion is when you fall in love with somebody.
It's gonna be the same, babe. Like, I'm not playing about my money or my business. Like, okay. I'm just thinking. The thing is, I think prenups get a really bad rap, because it's like, oh, well, you're not expecting to get a divorce. Like, why are you already thinking that way? And it's like, one, it could happen, realistically. I mean, you don't know how this person's going to evolve in 15 years.
I mean, no one plans on getting broken up.
Exactly. Like, people change when you have kids. You could change to a completely different person.
Personalities change.
Personalities change. You could have completely different aspirations in your life after having kids. All these things. And I just think, like, literally a prenup could be as simple as whatever you had prior to this marriage is what you keep. And then the rest we have to split.
Half and half.
That simple. Like, I don't even think... People think of it as, oh, you're planning for a divorce. And it's like... No, I'm just planning to make sure, like, especially if we're going to have kids, that we're both okay in this. And one's not going to be, rolling in the dough and, living in a mansion. And when the kids come to see mom, it's like, it's not a nice house. So, I don't know. I definitely would get one, though.
Okay. Let us know.
But we'll see. Natalia's right. Natalia's right. She's like, oh, let's wait.
Yeah, because I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't... I like you said, I think they get a bad rep. People say like I don't see myself getting one, but
the thing is, like, people not having prenups is why divorces get so messy. That's
yeah,
why
that is
divorces get
true.
so messy and ugly and draining. Whereas if you just plan ahead,
Well, I thought that they also get messy when there's kids involved, because then it's. I think divorces usually get even messier when it's like you have to go to court over like who's getting custody. The custody thing is usually what gets.
well, yeah, the custody thing is what usually sucks because a lot of times they'll look at incomes and see who's going to be able to provide a better life.
I don't like this.
I mean,
divorce talk. This is-
unless you have like an understanding where it's like, okay, we'll just have joint custody 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Then that makes it easy. But if it gets dicey when people want full custody of the kids. That's where it gets spicy.
Yeah, and then with that, we're gonna end our little.
Natalia's like, I don't even want to think about that.
Well,
Me,
no,
I'm
because marriages are just so they're a lot, and
No,
I feel
they're
like
a lot.
I
I
want
feel
to
like
get like a
people-
married couple on here or something to actually.
Oh, I could ask my brother.
Yeah, we could. We have some because I'm like I don't feel like either of us are like really
Yeah.
we're 26. Two, we've never been married, so
Yeah, no, not to my knowledge.
yeah. So I don't. We're not. But anyways, back to our point. We'll wrap this up because we've been chatting. To wrap it up about the stay home.
Ashley will be signing a prenup.
Oh, Ashley.
No.
Yeah. Actually, we want to hear what your thoughts are on that. But
yeah, I really do want to hear what other people
because
think about
I think
that.
it's very like we might post a poll on the Instagram or something to let us know. Let us know what you think. Because there's a lot of like mixed kind of back and forth on that. But yeah, back to just to wrap it up as a whole with the stay home girlfriend thing. I don't want to knock anybody that. Honestly, with any take we say, we're not like knocking anybody. Like,
we're girls.
Yeah,
so
you live the life you want, but I also don't like the idea when like people are like, oh, but you're too in your divine masculine for working and wanting to do all these things. It's like you can still be in your divine feminine and still want to have aspirations and goals. Like everyone can live their life the way they want to live it. Like there's no like.
First of all, this economy. Please.
Yeah, with this economy, honestly,
we need 2 incomes, babe.
I
got 3 streams, but we need like 10.
Yeah,
if we want to live
with
real
this
comfy.
economy, I don't even think people can afford to be
exactly. They over here. Yeah, that's the first question: is what do they do for y'all to be able to support the both of y'all? Because in this economy, babe, with this inflation,
yeah, literally,
like
2 incomes can't even.
I'm trying to see the grocery haul. Because that's really when I'll be able to tell how much money y'all make. Like, y'all getting 2 cartons of eggs?
That's
right. Price of eggs
that's
went
a
down.
great one.
No, but it's true. What? Shit. I mean, what are they doing? And let me know where you found them.
And I think also, no. Yeah, let Ash know, because Ash is, she's looking.
Am I
she's
on the
open.
Market? Would you say I'm on the market?
Ash is on the market. So if you guys,
she keeps thinking I'm on the market, babe. I'm off the market.
She's on the market.
I'm off the market, but I'm single though. I just don't want to mess with these.
But if somebody comes and they offer you stay home girlfriend,
I'm saying no.
Okay.
But I'd be like, maybe like if you send me like whatever I would be able to spend, and I could still work also and have my business, I'll be, oh shit, like, yeah, I'll take all 3. Like, I'll still work. Like, still give me that money though. I'm still gonna work though. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm saying no to the stay-at-home position, but those funds that I was gonna be able to use while I was stay at home, you could still keep those in a separate account and send it to me.
Y'all heard it here. If y'all are interested,
I'll put it to great use, babe.
Slide Instagram.
I know.
But I think what I want to bring it back to was kind of that soft girl life. Like, I feel like you can still live a soft girl life and still have income and work and provide towards your house. Like, your income is your income. That doesn't necessarily mean like there are other ways. Like, your boyfriend or husband can provide for you in different ways. Just as you provide for them.
It doesn't have to be monetary. Everything's just so monetary nowadays. Like, it's just money based. And it's like,
And there's like, and obviously like that can be like, they can pay for things, they can take you on dates, but there's other ways that, like you said, they can take care of you.
Yeah. Like, why can't he just do that to begin with?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I feel like, oh, if we go out, he always pays. That, I feel like I'm getting taken care of.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I forgot. Oh, are you sure that they always pay?
I mean, that doesn't. No, I'm not, honestly.
We've had this debate on this.
I'm so sappy. Like, I
think it's
my love language is gift giving, and like I like to spend my money. Like, that I be buying.
Yeah, she
shit
likes
all the
to
time.
buy. Yeah,
Natalia is basically my boyfriend, and then Natalia has her boyfriend. So it's like, so I treat Natalia like she's my boyfriend. Like you treat me
like I'm basically like. Ashley's basically I like 2 mans.
No,
Ashley,
literally, I be balling out all the time. Be like, get it, babe.
Ashley be buying me things. She's like, it's like basically, she's like, I'm acting like your second man. So I'm like, honestly,
no, she's just reaping the benefits, man. And it's like, that's great. I love that for you. Like,
no, but Ashley does like to gift.
Yeah, like I love to give gifts anyway.
And I think it's
like
nice.
just random gifts. Like, oh, it's not for any reason. It's like not like, oh, it's your birthday, so I'm getting you a gift. Like, if I see something and I think you'll love it, I'll get it for you. Or like, even with my dad, like I got him this like measuring tape from like an event that I did, but it on the side it had like a wooden like plaque, and it says, "No one measures up to you, Dad." And he almost cried about it.
That's so cute.
Isn't that cute? But just like little things like that. Like, I love getting people gifts, especially like when they're not expecting anything.
Yeah, I think I agree.
So that's just my love language.
Yeah, that's Ash's love. But I think back to the like having somebody provide for you, like there's other things like they can just help you do tasks. There. Yeah, emotionally there for you.
That's priceless.
They could like, do a small thing for you, like they make you breakfast every day, or like you can do the same for them.
You know what it is? It's just consideration.
It's consideration. And I think also there's things like you can do too. Like, some people are like, why are you doing all that for your man? Like, some people want to do that for their man. Like, if they want to cook or like do a favor for them or whatever, like it's not just like a one-sided thing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I feel like the soft girl life, I don't know. I sometimes I feel like it went down the wrong direction. I feel like it's going back into like the gender roles, low key, of like they have to do all this and then you cook, clean, whatever.
But the thing is, like, that's another thing. This is another topic that I want to do a future episode on. But just to touch on it real quick, I really think that soft girl aesthetic and everything was great and all, because it made people understand, okay, there's times where you need to step into your divine femininity. But at the same time, every human being has divine feminine and divine masculine.
Exactly.
And you can balance it. And sometimes when you're with, your significant other, like if I was with my future boyfriend, I'm sure he'll be able to allow me to lean into my divine femininity more.
Yeah.
But at work or in my business or in meetings or things like that, I might have to lean into my divine masculinity as well. Like, It's not necessary. I mean, I lean into it too much right now, but it's a balance. And that goes for men too.
But that happens when you're independent. Like, when I was single and independent, like I felt the same way. Like, I was doing all this stuff to be able to like live an independent lifestyle. And I still am independent. Like, I pay my own bills, obviously, do my own thing. Like, but it's a little bit different. Like, when I have a boyfriend, like there's some things that like it's almost like it takes a weight off my shoulders.
Exactly.
In some ways.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. Like, I be packing my car. I'm like, where is, like, God? I told my mom the other day, I was like, this is all I need a man for at the moment. Like, me loading up this car right now, I can't do it. So send him, God. That's all I need a man for at the moment.
Yeah.
Is to do that, which that's a gender role, I guess. But
well, I mean, to help you out. It's not like you're going to sit there and watch them do nothing.
Well, I would probably sit there. I wouldn't do it. Well, if he's there, I'm
for your business,
hey, just load up the car for me. Put the candles in.
Oh, okay.
I'll treat you.
Anyways, yeah, we're ranting, but
yeah, with the soft girl bit, I agree with you that it kind of went.
Yeah,
I think it just went.
I think it's also over criticizing how certain people live their life.
Yeah,
and it's like you need to tap more
and
into your.
I feel like it's given men the ability to say you're not leaning into your femininity enough.
Don't even get me started on that.
Shut your mouth. Shut it up right now. Like, shut the hell up. I hate when people say that because one, I already know that. And two, who are you to tell me that?
Well, who is someone else to tell you what you need to do?
And I'll be like, listen here, little boy, you're not leaning into your divine masculinity because you chanting like a little girl right now.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I was just really.
Sorry, I
really had something pent up that she needed to let out.
It's true. I feel like now more than ever, I hear men say like, "Oh, you're too like argumentative," or "You're too masculine." Like, you're
they use it against you in a way.
Yeah, and it's like, first of all,
it's like they don't even know what they.
You don't even
divine,
deserve to see me in my divine femininity. First of all, because we just talking, so I don't know where you think you're gonna see me lean into that.
Those type of men are intimidated by the masculine side they use.
They're mad because I lean into my divine masculine more than they do.
No, they're mad because you might be succeeding a little bit.
No, I really okay, and we're gonna pin it.
And we're gonna pin it because
I literally told Natalia the other day. I'm like, we need to have an episode about
we might need to cut this.
Yeah, or maybe tune in.
But regardless, let us know what y'all think about. Would you be a stay-at-home girlfriend? Would you be a stay-at-home boy? We need to talk about the boyfriend thing. But that's a whole other thing.
My brother said he wanted to be a stay-at-home husband.
He
wanted to be a stay-at-home boyfriend, but prior to the baby.
I feel like men keep saying that too. Like,
no.
It sounds. Well, there's that other meme. It's like, what would you do if your woman was making $300,000 and way more than you, and then the guy's like scrubbing and
cooking and cleaning.
I feel like that's the other side. Is a lot of men want to be the stay-at-home.
Yeah, I think maybe that's where it comes from. Like, they're mad that they don't feel like that they could do that, so they just project. Like, babe, do you want to be the stay-at-home boyfriend? So we can make that happen. But I don't know, like, how that lady does it with her husband. That has to feel really like not fun for the guy.
No, but I don't know why he's in that marriage. After I saw that, I was like. No, I saw that and I was like, this is not going to end well if she doesn't trust her own spouse with their money. Like, how could you feel like that? Like,
yeah,
but you trust them with your kids, but not your money.
Now that's a question that we have.
We
need answers.
Yeah, we need. I didn't finish the episode though, so
okay.
They could have come to a conclusion.
I know, right? We're jumping the gun so hard.
But regardless, let us know. Would you be a stay-at-home girlfriend, stay-at-home boyfriend, stay-at-home wife?
Stay-at-home husband, stay-at-home person.
Let us know what your opinions are.
Yeah, I really do want to have a discourse about this.
I do too.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of guys saying that they want to be a stay-at-home
This
boyfriend.
might come back up in another episode, honestly, because it's a topic. But regardless, I think we're going to wrap it up because we've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Do we want to do a quick Put You On segment or not today?
We could do like a song.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do a really quick one just for you guys.
Well, I basically gave all the ones I said.
Yeah, in our last episode.
I
have one if you want me to go.
Yeah, you could go first.
So I mentioned Carly Uchis' her latest album. I did give it a listen. I do really like it. It's an all Spanish album. There's one song that people are saying, like, this better be like the new Después de la Playa. They better be playing it.
Oh yeah.
It's why can't I think of the name right now? Oh, Dame Besos / Muévete. It's kind of like a merengue. It's like, like it has a dancing vibe to it. And everyone's like, this better be like the new. Because you know when, like, if y'all know the Después de la Playa song by Bad Bunny, like, it was like that summer. They played it everywhere. And everyone, that was a song where everyone, like, grabbed somebody to dance and whatever. Like, I loved that, honestly. I loved it too. That just felt like everyone was dancing with their friends. Yeah. Everyone's like, this better be the new one that, like, plays. So
I'll have to listen to it.
It's cute. It has, like, a nice energy. I like her. I haven't, like, fully listened, but I've listened to the album through, like, once and the song a few times, so I like it. Yeah. But that's my one song.
I'll do this one. I listened to it today. Stunner Girl and JT the Like That remix. Ah, I love that song. And hold on. Never Lose Me by Flo Milli. Oh, that song makes me feel like I'm floating. Like, that's my song of the year.
Really?
I love that song. Like, it makes me just feel like the baddest. I'm like, never had a bitch like me. Like, never had a bitch. I love that song. So shout out to her for giving me a little. Okay. I want to make a nice little playlist. Like, you know, I'm that girl type of playlist.
Yeah, we might have like we have a pregame playlist. I think we need to like add to that. Or no, it's I think it's is it a Wastelands Are Moving?
Yeah, but that's a different vibe. I'm talking about like,
you
like
want
feeling
something
myself,
like you're
like
feeling yourself?
You putting on your makeup.
Okay,
we might
start a play. Oh, that'd be a good playlist we can have.
You know, we giving grown and sexy. We turned 26. Yeah, that's a real serious age. I don't know how I feel about it, but
yeah. Anyways, well, thank you so much for listening and tuning in, and we hope you guys. We want to hear your feedback, of course,
on everything. New setup, new vibes. You know, our mic stands.
The mic stands. If you follow us on YouTube, let us know.
Well, y'all need to start. Yeah, watch us. We got some pretty YouTube. Little. You know, we pretty girls.
Thumbnail.
Stay at home girl pie.
But yeah, follow us everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. Message us if you want. Give us feedback. We want to hear. We're gonna probably put a few polls on the Instagram, so we want to hear what you think. But yeah, with that, we really appreciate you guys listening to our episode and for tuning in. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Not next week, but 2 weeks. Oh, and also I want to let us know what you think about this bi-weekly thing. But I mean, as of right now, this is kind of the plan for the next at least first half of the year. I know some people want weekly, but
sorry.
Yeah, let us know.
We already told y'all the situation last episode. We long distance friends. Okay, so and it's winter time.
But the other thing
is
too is like if we were to do longer episodes, we'd do them bi-weekly. You know, even though some of our episodes are kind of long, we also. Yeah, regardless, we'll see. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday or whenever you're listening to this. Yep. So with that, see you guys. Bye.